Hello, everyone. Welcome to my project, my presentation. My name is Amarin Bishop, and we'll be talking about the revolutionary iPhone and the impact that it's brought to everyone, really, how it globalized the industry with the properties it brought to everyone in the world. Introducing the iPhone era. In 2007, Steve Jobs introduced a device that was not only able to transform, but to change the entire game for technology. He introduced the iPhone. This just wasn't the beginning of a phone, it was the start of a new way of communication, internet access, fast accessibility, entertainment, and more. This new device changed the world for interactive technology, and it was a mark of new revolutionary growth of humans in tech. So from the drop of the iPhone, it was an immediate success, right? So the early success. Due to the early impact of the iPhone since the introduction in 2007, it has been a great success that very moment. It was known to be revolutionary from the elements it brought to the table for the technology smartphone industry. Competition from other companies such as BlackBerry, Samsung, it truly set the standard and stayed in first place. The combination of minimalistic design with advanced tech didn't only revolutionize global impact and expectations, but it also left other companies to follow and be influenced from them as well. Minimalist design. One of the factors that contributed to Apple's success and uniqueness was their design. Back in 2007, Apple took a big step on removing the typical keyboard that was expected to be on smartphones around that time. They took a leap of faith, and depended on a full interactive screen. Sorry. Compared to big competitors such as BlackBerry that solely depended on physical keyboards, they wanted to be different and perform with a full glass screen. This was very risky, but ended up being successful. Eventually, different companies followed in that path to revolutionize the industry forever. This design that Apple performed also came with sleekness and easy functionality. Appealing design and icons truly drove the idea of less can be more. So we have a photo here. You can kind of see the properties. Well, this is the iPhone right now. So you see how much has changed since the beginning. It's been about over a decade, right? So right here, I wanted to provide kind of like a visual of the of how much changed between around 2007. So this is the iPhone 5, right? And this is the first iPhone right here, and this is the previous phone that was like popular around that time. So what you can see here is like the iPhone has much of a more appealing sleek design. They removed the keyboard, which was really expected around that time. So that was a big step that they did. And they decided to do a full screen, a full touch screen. They have more appealing icons. You see right here. It's very aesthetical. Have the camera, YouTube, have more essential icons than you would see on like the average BlackBerry. You see, personally, I feel like this is just way more appealing than to see apps looking like this or whatever. Also, you can see the button right here. Everything is just really thought out, and also the elements as well. It's very nice and sleek compared to BlackBerry, and also right here. A couple of years later, this is the iPhone 5. You can see how thin it's gotten, and then the clean design, the clean white, the bright screen. You can see a lot of things changed, and BlackBerry was kind of still the same. So yeah, accessibility for all generations. From Apple's success, they needed a way to globalize their product and not just to be used around the world, but also around every generation of people, from young children to senior adults. The simplicity of the design and features made this type of access very easy and usable for all people. No complicated elements or performances to go through. The phone was very simple to use. Features such as pinch to zoom, easy swiping, and more features in the accessibility center made iPhone very easy to use. This impacted their success even more, having everyone favor the iPhone. It is hard to impress and get the older generation's attention, but iPhone was definitely a pro at doing that. Building trust and digital experience benefited us all. So what I mean by this is really like it's hard for older generations to get used to new things. So for example, say if something so when the iPhone came out, right? Older generations, they were also just really adjusting to like the phone, the smartphone, really. So seeing a full screen, a full touchscreen, and everything else that comes with the iPhone was very hard to favor. But the thing is that the iPhone was very likable for the elements they put on their phone. So it was very easy for them to get attention from all parties. Sorry about that. Setting the standard. Apple is constantly going against other companies, but around that time of introduction till now, they're still doing good at what they do. Apple's design and functionality had other big successors such as BlackBerry and Samsung write notes down on what they can improve and design themselves to keep up with Apple. The iPhone set the new benchmark and changed users' experience. Consumers' expectations completely changed forever, and also the smartphone market changed as well. Unique interfaces, great camera quality, and even the App Store are some features we use every day that was created and popularized by Apple. Technology. Hello Art. Apple's lead designer by the name of Jonathan Ive was inspired and driven from simplistic designs and comfortability. Minimalistic design was his priority for Apple, and the sleek industrial design he put out to the public truly showed his intentions and that he knew what he was doing with this idea. From also being influenced from the 20th century art movement, Bauhaus, you can see the inspiration of sleek and minimal design with industrial structure meeting art. From the clean lines to the aesthetical colors and elements, along with seamless and polished glass, you can see the similarities. Of expected experiences you would see in modern art and the modern iPhone. So the designer Jonathan, he kind of incorporated his experience with art with technology, and personally I think that's an amazing way to go about the iPhone because just the idea of the iPhone, the interface, the iPhone itself, the visual perception of iPhone is kind of led by art. The aesthetics that it come with, the things you would expect to see in a museum, you would see on an iPhone. And iPhone also started a campaign early back kind of like more than a decade ago. It was kind of a campaign where they would have users take pictures of whatever, whether it's a portrait or a landscape, anything that's in their daily lives, and they would post it. And they would kind of like collect all of it in a gallery and kind of like not only push the product and the company, but also push art and photography along with design and technology. They kind of wanted to incorporate both elements and push that towards the people the consumers, and just anybody that's really into art. Photography has been very beneficial for art in our new generation, knowing that they couldn't do that before, but now that we can take pictures on a smartphone, create art so easily, visual art so easily, kind of shows how much this benefited our society. So shout out on iPhone campaign. From the aspects of the iPhone, since their early launch till now, they started a campaign by the name of Shot on iPhone. This campaign turns every iPhone user into an artist with their unique shots on the best camera that's out on iPhone. From portraits to landscape photos, this campaign collects photos taken from users and puts it in an artistic gallery to showcase. This is a beautifully way to connect their tech with art. So I have the link I just provided right now that we're about to watch was kind of like the beginning of the Shot on iPhone campaign, and then afterwards I'll show you some photos that's on like billboards and etc. So this commercial was kind of like the starting of kind of appreciating the iPhone's camera, not only for the functionality, but now just focusing on how good the camera is and how much it connects and brings people together. Sorry. It's kind of like just a influential way to not just buy the product, but also show what comes with the product. Not only, the features that it brought, but also the art aspect to it. How you can take photos of anything and how it can be your type of artistic movement. How you can take a picture of like a flower, your pet, a landscape, the beach, anywhere you go, that can be an artistic moment. So that's what Apple wanted to convey. And since that commercial, they started this whole campaign, Shot on iPhone right here. This is Shot on iPhone, Shot on iPhone, Shot on iPhone. It's all on billboards that you would usually see like all around the world and whatnot. They also show like who is by. They show the name. I think this says Francis O, Andrew L, and etc. That's the conclusion. The iPhone is more than just a phone. iPhone changed the game. Sorry. It changed the tech industry. Globalized pure minimalistic elements on a device around the world. Influenced generations of people and brought us all together today. Connecting with one another and doing everything on our fingertips that generations couldn't do. That generations ago couldn't do. Apple deserves their flowers of revolutionizing the world for user-friendly technology and more. Fusing art and technology together, Steve Jobs and his team created something that seemed to be unthinkable. The legacy continues. And also, rest in peace, Steve Jobs as well. And really, this whole presentation was not only speaking about how much Apple redefined modern technology, but also just merging of what's just a phone to other elements that we bring to our modern life, and also incorporating not just because this is an art class, but really just incorporating art and artisticness of what we have in people and consumers or whatever. They turn Apple turned smartphones into essential companions instead of just being a phone. Apple is more to something to us, and as I said, the legacy continues. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, and bye.